So Dionne, thank you so much for making some time for us this afternoon, which I'm sure is a really busy time because it's coming towards the end of your time as our head teacher at St Richard's School. Dionne, I just wondered, if you want to tell me first of all, just how is it this week, with everybody saying goodbye, lots of goodbyes.
It's feeling really odd knowing that I'm coming to the end of my time here, and there's lots of, we get on so well as a staff, so it's really lovely. People can say, what are you going to do next, or joking and saying, we could do with somebody to tidy up the gutters and things like that, and so we've had a really nice time. But then it does, people have said, and I've said as well, that we realise that the time is counting down now, and it's become very real. Staff has known that I'm leaving since the beginning of January, but now it's beginning to feel very, very real that I won't be here. And very mixed feelings, definitely.
I'm sure. And for those who don't know, Dionne, when did you join the school?
So I joined in September 2013, and it was Forge Lane at that time. And I knew nothing about the area. I just moved here from near Romford, so the other side of London, and to get married, and didn't know anything about the area. And this school came up. I came and had a look round, and I really did pray an awful lot, because I come from church schools, and this was a community, mainstream school, and I wondered whether it was the right decision. And I think some of you have heard me talk about that already in church. And then to get here and find out that the governors were looking to change the school to St Richard's, I knew then that God had his hand in this, because I was so concerned about that. But I followed what he led me, and we became a church school, and that was just that's one of the things that's my real highlights of being in the school, is becoming the church school.
It's amazing story. So you mentioned that as one of your highlights, but do you want to mention what you particularly enjoyed about leading the school, and maybe another highlight that you've got?
Well, I'll say that we've got such lovely staff members, and I've been thinking about this, and I thought, well, actually everything within the staff members working alongside governors as well has been really, really, really great, and the parents have been wonderful as well. We came, they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what to expect with us changing into a church school and then into academy church school, and they have supported and been alongside me all the way. So it's been really lovely. One of my main highlights that I can think of really well is working obviously with the children. I love being around the children, and I do a head teachers assembly every Monday. That's one of the things I'm going to miss. But I remember when we had it, and I've looked it up, so it was 2013 when I first got here, and Frozen had come onto the scene. And every time we had any sort of sing-song thing, or we had a PTA, we had the Summer Fete, and the children just wanted to sing Frozen all the time. But you have half the children would be going, yeah, and the other half would go, no, no. So that was always very amusing, And launching St Richard's was really a highlight. And Craig came along. We did this thing where we held ropes. All the children held onto a piece of a ribbon, really it was, and just talked about us being connected and being a family, and that was wonderful. That was really lovely. It was hard work though, changing into a church school. Did I find anybody who knew how to pray? it was very odd, but it was lovely having that. To lead that area.
Brilliant. And learning together, and creating that sort of St Richard's family. The relationship with the church has obviously then been there almost from as long as you've been here. Has there been anything particular that you've appreciated? I mean, lots of people watching this will, have probably come in and done various things in the school. I'm not going to take it too personally that you announced you were moving just as I arrived. But you've appreciated about the church.
It wasn't linked, honestly, but really, really value Emma being here. And one of the things that has lifted my heart is watching the children on, I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, running through the school. And I'd go, where, stop running, where are you going, sort of thing. And then it'd go, Bible club. And it was, it was a real turning point for the school. I had felt like a lot of weight on my shoulders because of, there's a few members of staff who are also Christians as well, but coming into a church school, the children not understanding any Bible stories, not knowing about any relationship with God, not being able to pray, all that stuff was all from the beginning, and I had to sort of really step back and think, how do we get this across to the children? When you've, it's like learning to walk, you've had to unpick it when you've been a Christian for so long. Where do you start, and not being an evangelist, I don't really understand how you would evangelize it to a certain extent. And Emma really worked her magic, with the biscuits and all sorts of art and craft, and the children loved every minute of it. And I think that's something that they have actually missed, having lockdown. And and that's really made my heart sing, seeing those children, wanting to go to Bible club, missing Bible club, and wanting to know more about God, and that part and his relationship. And it's just amazing to see that, and it's all worthwhile when you see
absolutely
come to God.
Sergey's
another person that I have to mention. I mentioned Craig, but Sergey, he came and he's offered prayer, so much to the staff, to the parents, to myself, to all of the school, covering us in God's blessings and in his hands, and reminding us that that's the place to go whenever we are concerned or happy. That's we go to God. So Sergey's been really wonderful as well.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. It's so good to hear. I mean, a real, that's St Richard's family, including the school and the church. It's just, it is a really good thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we've certainly been really thankful, the stories I've heard and that sense of relationship between the two, even in the short time that I've been here, and not least of which, us the church during our building work. That was a huge thing, which made such a difference to us. And I think we're really grateful as well that you pioneered. You as the head teacher, as St Richard's School primary school came into being, you pioneered that relationship with the church and that wider community, and we're really thankful for that as well, and that welcome that was clearly there. So as hard as it is, the time for leaving is coming, so I'm wondering what you might be looking forward to in the weeks and months ahead.
Well, I became a grandmother not that long ago. I think it's 4 years. I've got terrible with ages, but and I really would looking forward to spending more time with my grandchildren, with my family. And, I think having the lockdown has really pinpointed how far they feel away from me. I live right next to Hounslow British Rail station. So I just jump on the train, get my Kindle out, and I just journey over to Essex and not think anything of it. But they felt quite a distance now that we've had lockdown and not being able to see them. But also when I do meet up with them, I have got half a brain on the school. I've always got my phone ready, and a few times, there has been issues to the point, where somebody just needs to hear a friendly voice, or they've not felt well and they need to explain that they're not coming in or something, and it's always on my mind slightly. So I really do need to put that phone down and just enjoy family life without thinking about school. They're all used to it, my family. They're used to me wondering what's going on and what have you. And I think they think it's a good time to stop now and just really focus on the grandchildren, on my sons and my husband as well, and my family, my mum. Everyone lives over in Essex. Eventually we'll probably go back, but we're not quite ready yet. Just having that family time is what I'm looking forward to. Yes. And another adventure. I'm waiting for the Lord to point me in a certain direction. I'm looking at different avenues of things that I can do, and I know that He'll have a plan there waiting. So I want to be able to just throw myself into it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, it's an exciting time. It's one of those times that, a real pivotal mix of emotions and all of that. So, Dionne, a big thank you from all of us here at St Richard's Church. And that we're committed to our ongoing partnership with the school. We'll be continuing to pray and work with them, and looking forward to those opportunities, we trust, as things open up again, to work together. But when we share this video with the church, we will all pray for you and the school. But can I just pray for you now? Would that be okay?
That'd be lovely. Thank you.
I'm just going to read a verse from the end of, the middle of Romans chapter 15 as a prayer for you, Dionne, right now. So I pray that God, the source of hope, will fill you completely with joy and peace because you trust in Him. And then you will overflow with confident hope through the power of the Holy Spirit. Lord, we pray that you really would fill Dionne with joy and peace. That she would know you really have her and her family in your hands, and also the school that she is leaving. We thank you for her faithful service, and we trust you for the ongoing adventure and for all that you have planned ahead. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Dionne. Really appreciate your time, and sure we'll bump into each other again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Debs.
That's all right. You're welcome, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.